So once again, ladies and
Thank you very much. I just got a text message that the sound wasn't working. I even tested the sound, and now, fortunately, I have my audience letting me know that we didn't have sound and how much time did we waste? We only wasted 10 minutes. Okay, very good. So you missed out on a little bit of 10 minutes there, ladies and gentlemen, because the sound wasn't working. It does appear that my sound is working right now. Let me just see something here. And testing one, two, three. All right, very good. So our sound is working, background's working. Thank you, Joji, for sending me that text to let me know that the sound was not on. And again, it's not easy when you're doing everything yourself, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I was saying, this is going to be a very busy year in the real estate business. This was a very busy week in the real estate business already. So, working out, thank you, love, for letting me know. So, I got my audience and my wife in the background letting me know that they're watching the show and certain things won't work. They'll let me know immediately. So, this is a live streaming class, ladies and gentlemen. This is not pre recorded. So, that's what life is all about, live streaming. Life is not pre recorded. Anybody can do a pre recorded radio show. Anybody could do that. But try doing a live show, a live streaming. Then you get to see what mistakes are made and what mistakes you didn't make during a live streaming show. So I put together this show every Monday, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce new students who are thinking about getting their real estate license and letting them know what you can be expecting in this market. I put together this show so you get to experience my teaching style. You get to see what I look like, what I sound like, how I'm going to be teaching, to see if my style matches your style. No other school will do this. No other school will allow you to interview your instructor the way that I do it. So every Monday I put together this free live streaming show with its kinks, working it out as we go along, so that you can get to see me. You can get to see my teaching style, and then you can get to understand what you're going to experience in the classroom. Now, you already know that you spoke with me directly, because every time the student calls to inquire about more education, I always pick up the phone. I always speak with you directly. But every now and then, like right now, I'm doing the show. Somebody might call during the show and it will go to recording, but after the show, I will get right back to you. So if you're interested in learning what it's going to take to become a licensed real estate professional, it's 75 hours of a requirement, ladies and gentlemen. And the state requires that you understand real estate practice, which is literally the practice of representing a buyer and seller, doing the transaction, working with the property. So this is what we call real estate practice, where you're actually working side by side with a buyer or a seller, and you understand what you need to understand to negotiate and represent that client in this transaction. So, real estate practice, 45 hours of real estate practice, is to make sure that you understand how to represent clients, what steps need to be taken, what we have to do first, what we have to do next, what we have to do last, so that we can get the transaction to the settlement table so that the buyer and the seller complete their necessary obligations in the contract. Then we have what's called real estate fundamentals, 30 hours of that. And the state requires that you understand federal law, state law, local law, and also edicts, which is going to be your behavior. So the Real Estate Commission wants to make sure that you're acting professionally and lawfully at all times. So the Real Estate Commission set up this 75-hour class to give you a general understanding of what will be necessary for you to become a real estate agent, to represent others legally, lawfully, and ethically. And so that's what this class is all about. And that'll be my job, to teach you the laws and to teach you what you need to understand in order to represent others so that you can negotiate on their behalf for them. So that's what this class is. Not everybody can go out and become a real estate agent, even though if they look at HGTV, they think within a half an hour they can do exactly what they see on television. Unfortunately, life is not a half an hour episode, ladies and gentlemen. A real estate transaction usually takes anywhere from 30 days to 90 days from beginning to end to get to the settlement table. And so what you see in a half hour HGT episode was really a 3 to 6 month process that ended nicely in a half an hour episode. So understand, ladies and gentlemen, HGTV is very motivational. It does explain to you the money that you can make in the real estate business. Now, let me give you an example. I just took a listing for $170,000, negotiated 7%. It's negotiated 170%, and I'm sorry, $170,000 price. So I'm still getting some warnings that certain things are not working. So we're still working on it. I do apologize. So I just listed $170,000 property at 7% commission. That's just shy of $12,000 commission, ladies and gentlemen. I listed a $400,000 property last week at 5% commission, and guess what? That's a $20,000 check. So there's, with just 2 deals, $32,000 in commission, ladies and gentlemen. This is what you would be investing in. You're investing $299 in your first class. There are 2 classes: real estate practice, real estate fundamentals. You're investing $299. That $299 investment is going to let you know if you're made for real estate or if you're not made for real estate. This way here, you don't have to invest the other $299 if you find out in the first class that this is not for you. So I broke up my classes this way because most schools would charge you to $500, $600, $700, whatever it's going to be, up front. And whether you pass or fail, it's not their problem. Not really. Their job was to try to prep you for the state exam. And if they didn't do a good job of prepping you for the state exam, you're welcome to pay the $600, $700 all over again to take the class all over again. That's how I would say 85 to 90% of all schools operate. But my school's a little bit different, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, when you pay for my classes, you never have to pay for them again. You're welcome to come back to this school over and over and over again anytime you want. And I do have students, because life gets in the way. After they pass my class, they want to go and quickly take the state exam, but one thing turned up, another thing turned up, and before you know it, 3 months went by, and they still didn't get around to scheduling their state exam, and they would like to take a refresher course before they actually take the state exam. So they just contact me. I give them their Zoom link, and they're in my class free of charge anytime that you want. So understand that once you pay for my class here at Online Real Estate School, ladies and gentlemen, you never have to pay for the class again. It'll always be free. There are 2 classes that you have to take: real estate practice, which is a 1-month class, 3 days a week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And that'll be for 4 weeks, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we have a morning class, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And we have an evening class, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., same 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. In 4 weeks, you will have real estate practice done, and in 4 weeks, you will have real estate fundamentals. In this time period, not only are you going to be prepped and ready to run a real estate, pass the real estate exam, you're also going to be prepped to run a real estate business. So you'll know how to run a real estate business, because that's what you're going to be in, ladies and gentlemen. You're not applying for a job as a licensed real estate professional. You're applying for a business. And so you're going to be an independent contractor running your own business. And so in my school, I teach you how to run a real estate business. It's very important. Most schools will teach you how to pass the exam, and then after you pass the exam, you're wondering, what do I do now? What's next? So in my class, I'm going to teach you all the stages, not from just passing the exam, but interviewing the broker, how to interview that broker, because you're not interviewing for a job. You're interviewing for a business partnership. You're not going to need a resume, and you're not offering your services. When you interview a broker, you want to find out what the broker has to offer you in return for you bringing your business to them. So I'll teach you how to interview the brokers. I also am a broker, so a lot of students feel comfortable working with the broker that they went to school with. Not all, but a lot do, and it makes that transition easier for me to help you with your real estate business after you leave my class. Because a lot of students, after they leave my class, they're going to go with brokers. They might go with Fortune 500 companies, or they might even go with franchise or property management companies. But it's a very big learning curve. when you're with a new broker and you don't have the chemistry with the broker. You interviewed the broker and now you're stuck with the broker for a year, but the chemistry's not there. The broker's not teaching you what you need to run a business. The broker's basically telling you to go out there and do lead generation, get the buyers, get the sellers, but you have no concept of how to do that. You don't know the difference between marketing and prospecting. You don't know the difference of running a real estate business from representing a buyer. So understand, ladies and gentlemen, representing a client and running a real estate business are two completely different things. And most schools absolutely come up short when it teaches you how to run the real estate business. They figure that'll be another lesson that you can pay for after you pay for this lesson. So that's what makes my school a little bit unique, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm going to teach you how to run a real estate business as well as learning how to pass the exam with the right answers. So we'll talk about that. I'm also going to teach you how to invest in property. And yes, you got the same gurus out there offering the same things, but what they don't teach you is the deed of trust, deed in trust. They only know mortgages in Pennsylvania. What they don't teach you is owner financing, seller financing, or creative financing. And with the interest rates going up the way that they will be going, with inflation and us going into a recession. Now, don't forget, this is not our first recession, ladies and gentlemen. In the 80s, I lived through two recessions. Generation Y went through two recessions during that generation. So this is history repeating itself. For somebody like me with 30 years of experience, I've seen most of it. Interest rates at 18 to 22%. Some of you alive have never seen interest rates for a mortgage at 18 to 22%. But if you go back to the 80s, you will see that that's exactly what we were dealing with when we were dealing with the savings and loan scandal. Interest rates were sky high. We were in a recession beyond inflation, but the world didn't come to an end. Even in the 1920s, during the Great Depression, real estate was still a very viable option. Two things that people will always need, ladies and gentlemen: food and shelter. Basic human needs. So you got a product that's never going to be going out of style. People are always going to need to live somewhere. And I'm sure you already know people who are looking to buy property, people who are looking to sell property, and I think somehow or another you know that you've been procrastinating long enough that the time has come where it's time to get that real estate license. So usually students in my arena do a lot of research, and sometimes they have analysis paralysis where they overanalyze and then they still don't make a decision. And this happens because a lot of us will talk about the four different styles of people: the DISC program, the D, the I's, the S, the C's, and so forth. But in any event, everybody has four different trades, four different techniques and style, and some of us like to really analyze and analyze and analyze and research, but we never make any decisions with all the research. We came to a conclusion. This would have been the school. If I would have chose to go to a school, this would have been the one that I would have went to. So you analyzed and you made a decision on which school you wanted to, but you never pulled the trigger. You never, and I'm making it as easy as possible. You only need $299. You probably spend more than that in a freaking hour in the casino, ladies and gentlemen, have nothing to show for it. But here, you're investing in yourself. You're getting an education. You're getting a license, and you're getting the ability to make good income. And all you're doing is investing $299 in yourself. Now, there's two classes. It's $299 and $299, so it's $598. But some of you will quit. And those who do want to quit, you didn't have to put out the $298, the other $298. So I made this program available so that you can find out for $300 if you got what it takes or you don't have what it takes to make this kind of money. All right, so two deals. One, both sellers. One listed their property for $170,000, which came out to almost $12,000 in commission. And another listed their property for almost $400,000. That came out to almost $20,000 in commission. Two deals, $32,000. And trust me, I'll do 20, 25 deals a year minimum myself with just the sellers, not to mention the buyers. So you can have a good idea of how much money that I'm making each and every year in the real estate business, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what I would like you to make. If you're not making over $100,000 in the real estate business, it's simply because you're not getting off the sofa behind me. You want to stay on this sofa. You don't want to get off of it. You just want to take the easy way. Offer, we'll talk about comfort zone. Comfort zone. People like to be comfortable. They like to stay in their comfort zone. Well, I don't want to do that. No, I don't feel comfortable doing that. No, I don't want to do that. That a little bit too hard for me. No, I certainly don't have the character to do that. So if you don't have the ability to leave your comfort zone and do something that you're a little uncomfortable with, then you're never going to be successful. Where you are today is where you will remain if being in your comfort zone is the only thing that you seek in this life. But do you think somebody like a gambler or somebody who bet heavy on the stock market, do you think it was comfortable for them to make this decision? No big leaps, no big rewards, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So in order to get you to be very successful in real estate, I would literally have to take you out of your comfort zone. But when I do take you out of your comfort zone, it also works the brain. One of the things that I teach my students in the memory courses that we work with in my class is reading out loud. Reading out loud goes to the other hemisphere of the brain and improves the long-term memory. That's just one of many techniques that we're going to use in the class to improve your long-term memory techniques. And for a lot of people, reading out loud is uncomfortable. And why is it uncomfortable? Because we were never taught to really read out loud in school. From 1963 until today, the school system has been a complete failure, and it just got worse and worse and worse over the years. So from 1963 to where we stand today, which is pathetic in our educational institution, we don't even know how to balance a checkbook. That's not taught in school anymore. We're not taught to read out loud. That's not taught in school anymore. And math, forget about it. My students hate math. They just despise it. You know why? Because they don't know it. They don't understand it. So anything that they're not comfortable with, they're not going to do. So they don't like math. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I just made $12,000 and $20,000. How do you think I made math? How do you think I made that money? Through math. So again, as I said, when it comes to our money, we understand math. Math is not an issue when it comes to our money. We understand how to do it. So it's amazing to me what we're comfortable with and what we're not comfortable with when the time comes. So, again, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, prospecting every day. Do you think I like doing it? Do you think I like rejection? I don't, but I also understand that I'm running a business. And clients just don't wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I want to work with Warren Nelson today. They won't say that until they know who I am. Now that they've been getting a flyer in their apartment every month saying that they can take their income tax return and buy a property, or they can use their first, last, and month security that they were going to use for their new apartment for their new house. Now that they have this understanding, they've been getting my flyer and they realize that they can do this. Now they want to reach out and do business with me. Just like you being on this show right now, ladies and gentlemen, you reached out and you knew that this live streaming show is being done because somehow or another we communicated with each other. And you knew that this live streaming show is done every Monday, and you either finally caught one or you've been meaning to catch the live streaming show every Monday, but just been missing it. But it's always been here. It's always been available for you. And as an introduction to who I am, I'm Warren Nelson, the director of the school. I'm also broker of record of IS Realty, LLC, and IS Property Management 2000. I'm also a mortgage lender in the process of getting my license to do that. So even while I'm teaching, I'm in school as well, advancing my business. So now I have the mortgage business. I have the brokerage business. I have the school. There's only a few loose ends left for me to tie up to have a fully functional operating real estate business where I can control everything. So you will not be starting out like I did, because I didn't start out like I did. When I first started out, ladies and gentlemen, I thought my job was to sell real estate, and it really is. Fortunately, we are salespeople. And a lot of people don't understand that when they get into the real estate business. They think that the clients are just going to flock to them and all they got to do is represent. Sometimes this is true. Sometimes if you got a big sphere of influence and you have lots and lots of friends, and they now that you know that you're a licensed real estate professional, they might just come flocking to you. Warren, I understand you just got your license. can you help me out with this? Warren, can you help me out with that? And that's how these things fall in your lap in the real estate business, ladies and gentlemen. Once people know that you're in the real estate business, they're going to ask for a little help. Can you help me out with this? I'm selling my property and I'm not sure what I can get for the property. Can you help me out with this? I'm looking to buy a property. I'm not sure if I qualify for a mortgage. Can you help me out? What's my next step? What do I do first? What do I do next? And it's that simple, ladies and gentlemen, of talking, communicating with people, and letting them know that you are now a licensed real estate professional. And that's why you want to come to my class, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm going to teach you not only how to pass the exam, but I'm going to teach you how to run a real estate business. And it's very important that when you go to a real estate school, that school incorporates something. The contracts, the marketing, the prospecting. Help me in your class. So I don't want to know just how to pass the exam. I want to know what I'm going to be in store for after I pass the exam. What am I going to have to do? How am I going to get job placement? Am I going to go to work for a broker? Am I going to go to work for a Fortune 500 company? Am I going to go to work for a management company? Am I going to go to work for a developer? What am I going to do? So we will talk about all these things and give you a direction in the class. I also put my students on a podcast. So this way here we can have marketing materials and video for my students so that they can start with their own real estate business with marketing material that we've done for them here in the school. No extra charge for that. And I polish you to know what questions to ask the broker and what answers you're looking for, so that when you do interviewing process, you will feel much more comfortable knowing what comes after you pass an estate exam. So my job, ladies and gentlemen, is to make you understand that having that real estate license is your golden ticket. You'll never be broke. You'll never be unemployed ever again. And having a real estate license is absolutely something that you definitely want to do in life. If you ever did anything in life, getting a real estate license is going to be the most rewarding and the most blissful experience of your life. Helping others is a very rewarding experience. But you can see the money that we're going to be making in this business as well. So the rewards are plentiful. They're not just monetary rewards, but they're emotional as well as achievements. So there are plenty of rewards in the real estate business, ladies and gentlemen, that you're going to experience. The question now is, what school do you want to attend in order to make this happen? Let me let you hear from some of my students and see what they think and feel of the class, and then maybe this will also help you as well.
Well, this school was the only school with 5-star reviews. I did a lot of research.
The information that you give us is just like amazing.
I had a family member that attended your school and they just spoke wonders about you.
I think like most of everybody in the class, it was the reviews for me.
After reading your reviews and just trusting my friend, he said, you're 100% the way to go, and I do not regret it at all whatsoever.
Your school is amazing.
When I came to you, it was within my expectations.
And the broker knows, like, okay, this person, wherever they're going to school at, they know what they're doing.
Once I talked to you and spoke to you, I was just like, okay, I think this is the right school.
Personally, I have a very good friend that's actually in the real estate business already a broker. He actually recommended you to be a teacher.
Like served as a mentor, just as many others have said. So it's been a pleasure. It really has.
After your classes, I become like more knowledge, and it's great. It's a great job because
You care about all your students.
He's more than a teacher. He's a mentor. He's someone you look up to.
And you're a great teacher, to be honest with you. You slow down when people have a question. You review things as many times as we need you to.
But you take your time. You actually read to us to get to know and understand this. And I am so ready.
very glad that I chose your school. It's online school, so it's great for me because you don't have to travel anywhere. I just choose you, and it was a great, it was a great time.
I thank you, and I will take this class over and over and over and over and over.
One of the best teachers ever.
This would be really good for me. And then I think what really pulled me in was once I talked to you. on the phone.
I did see the 5-star review. I did look around a little bit.
I mentioned you and your school is like really a lot of people knows about your school.
And I was a little bit skeptical because 5-star reviews, no business, no nothing as 5-star reviews. But it worked out amazing, and I'm happy I chose this school.
But the information that you give, that you give more than a lot of teachers out there give.
Oh, absolutely. I think the school actually really went beyond my expectations.
I cannot thank you enough for the experience and just preparation to run my own business.
It's like more information that you give us, the more knowledge. I just lock that into my brain, and I know I'm just going to get out there and achieve a lot of things.
Working with you has been a pleasure. It really has. You served as a mentor.
And I would definitely recommend it to anyone who is looking into any kind of real estate at all.
So there's my information, ladies and gentlemen. There's my personal number, 267-972-1084. You may call me anytime that you want to have any questions answered or learn more about real estate. There's my website, onlinerealestatesschoolinc.com. And so you can always go to my website, see my reviews, see my calendar, and sign up anytime that you like, ladies and gentlemen, for our classes. I do get great rewards from teaching, ladies and gentlemen. As you heard, many of my students say that I'm a mentor to them, and that is a very good reward because a lot of brokers out there do not know how to be brokers. And I say this in my class, most brokers are broke. Now, I don't say that lightheartedly. I'm not there to make you laugh, but it is a fact that most brokers are broke. And the problem is they know how to do contracts, but they don't know how to run a real estate business or a business, a small business. So when you're working with a broker and that broker does not have any experience whatsoever running a business, then you're going to probably be with the wrong broker because the broker is going to be putting a lot of pressure on you to be successful, but not giving you the mechanics that you need to be successful. So it's going to be a transition of going from me with 8 weeks and understanding my style to working with a completely different individual. Now, some of you coming to my class already have a broker lined up, and the reason that you're coming to my class is to go to work with that broker that you've already lined up, which is very good because you've already done your interviewing process. I'll teach my students in the class to start interviewing brokers while they're still in the class, to see how the broker treats them before they're licensed and after they receive their license, so you get to see the two faces of the mirror. So a lot of brokers will blow you off when you say that you're in school getting a license, but you don't have a license yet. They'll blow you off. They'll tell you, come back and see me after you get your license. I would blow them off at that point. After I'm licensed, I would not go back to them because they did not have any time for me before I was licensed. Why would I give them any of my time after I'm licensed? So a lot of brokers blow it in the very beginning process of the interview, and you get to interview a lot of brokers to see which one you're going to be comfortable with. Now, it's not just the broker. Maybe it is the commission. Some brokers are offering 100% commission, ladies and gentlemen, but 100% of nothing is nothing. And they like to bring you into the brokerage by offering you cruises and trips and all these things. But again, as I said, none of that materializes if you are not productive, if you're not doing anything. So 100% of nothing is nothing. Some brokers will start you out at a 50-50 split. Where you're brand new, they'll teach you how to do the real estate business, they'll teach you how to market, and you'll get your clients, and in return you'll split everything with the broker for the first year, 2 or 3. And so each broker has a different model, and you'll have to understand that broker's model. And so when you're interviewing brokers and the questions that I give you, you'll get a better understanding if it's a good fit for you or not. And understand, ladies and gentlemen, my classes, as you just heard from my students, are live streaming classes. Too much of the disruptor right now from anybody that sneezes or coughs or starts hacking in the classroom, that's a disruptor. The other students are going to be afraid they're going to be catching something, and too much lawsuit right now in the business as well, ladies and gentlemen, which is why we're not having any in-person classes right now. If a student catches COVID, and yes, we're not hearing about it on the news anymore because it's not as political as it was, but it will be. We got elections coming up, and guess what? We'll be hearing about new pandemics coming out, ladies and gentlemen. I can tell you what the new pandemic's going to be. It's the biolabs in Ukraine that are being attacked. And what? You didn't know we had biolabs in Ukraine? Well, there are 12 of them, and really nobody else knew about these biolabs now either, and what was going on, what experiments were being taken place in these biolabs like we had in China. And so now, this will be our next biohazard pandemic, ladies and gentlemen. We just got to time it right. So we're waiting for the right time in the Ukraine war to say that a biohazard lab has been attacked and things are leaking out of this biohazard lab, and now we're going to go under pandemic lockdown just before our next election. So again, ladies and gentlemen, pandemic's big business now, and some political figures have realized the power that they had under the pandemic and would like to have that power back, but we'll need another pandemic, and we'll need it quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Elections are coming up, so fortunately we have a war going on in Ukraine. Now we have 12 bio facilities that nobody actually knew about. We don't know what's actually being done in those facilities, and I assure you, ladies and gentlemen, as soon as I'm sitting here, that our next lockdown is coming. And so some political figures would love to have the politics and the power and remain in that powerful position of telling you how to run your life, what you can and cannot do. All right? Some of these morons think they're actually so much smarter than you. They're not. They're more devious. They're more deceptive. They're more vindictive. They're more angry than you are. And so it's just evil. And they like to be evil. They like to be vindictive. They like to have that power to rule over you and be mean and nasty. All right, so understand, ladies and gentlemen, the reason that I'm still doing live streaming is because I don't want to be sued by a student who gets COVID in my class, because yes, COVID is still alive and well, and I don't want to be sued for that. So we're doing live streaming, and I don't want a student coming into my class sick and that being a disruptor for my other students. So I'm not sure when we'll be going back to live in-person classes. My school, as you heard from my students and the platform that I've had, I've been live streaming before the pandemic. And so we didn't go live streaming because of the pandemic. We were live streaming before the pandemic. We were set up for live streaming. So my school was already set up and prepared to go live streaming. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Even the real estate business is pretty much live streaming right now. I'm doing one-on-one conversations through a Zoom meeting with my clients, my buyers and sellers. So we're doing a Zoom meeting to get to know each other, just like you're doing right now to get to know me before signing up for the class. Some of my customers and clients are doing a Zoom meeting with me before I actually go out there and meet them, and we discuss their affairs. And sometimes I'm even selling property by the live streaming. I'm doing virtual open houses right now and getting offers through the virtual open houses. So you better understand, ladies and gentlemen, that the old world, going back to what we used to do, for lots of reasons, there are many that don't want that to ever happen again. They don't want you to have power of freedom. They don't want you to have this respect for the government. And just like Trudeau in Canada did, he took supreme power. Don't think that won't be coming here, ladies and gentlemen. Don't think that that's not already in the works. If certain political parties, and I don't want to get too political, we only really have two political parties. We like to think that we have three, but we only have two. And if one of these two political parties have their way, you'll be locked down forever. You'll be rationed. You'll get what the government gives you because you wanted to rely on big government, and now you'll be at the mercy. What most people did realize in the 2 years during the pandemic, that government did not pay the bills. Government did not flip the bills, did not pay the weight, and being in lockdown did not do anything for anybody to curb the pandemic, which was supposed to be 14 days, then it was supposed to be 14 weeks, then it was supposed to be 14 months, and then again, it slowly drifted away because they couldn't push it anymore. So that's why we still have a pandemic, and we'll have new pandemics coming up. So if you're not prepared for these new pandemics that will be coming up, ladies and gentlemen, and you're not prepared for the real estate world through this live streaming platform, then you are going to be behind the curve. And a lot of times, especially during the pandemic, we couldn't meet face to face without a mask, without a shield, without protective footwear, and so forth. So again, as I said, get used to the live streaming courses, and you're going to incorporate the live streaming right into your real estate business, ladies and gentlemen. I know agents like myself that don't even have to leave the house to make real estate, to make money in the real estate business, especially if you're working with investors. So I got an investor calls me almost every day. Warren, make an offer on this property. Warren, make an offer on this property. Warren, make an offer on that property. I didn't see the property. He just told me what the offer is going to be. I send the offer to the other agent by email. It's auto-docked, signed, and it's either accepted or rejected, and I never left the house. So understand the real estate business is going to be a very big virtual business. It's ahead of the curve already for virtual reality, and understand that I'm already selling property through live streaming platforms. I'm meeting customers and clients through the Zoom, and I'm meeting potential students through the Zoom, and our classes are through the Zoom. So I do everything, almost everything, live streaming, virtual streaming. So understand, ladies and gentlemen, that you do need to incorporate the virtual streaming into your new world, especially the real estate world, especially if you want to do distant real estate. I'm licensed in Florida and in Pennsylvania, and so if I want to do distant education or distant real estate, it's a lot easier with a Zoom platform, ladies and gentlemen. In 5 minutes, I'm in Florida. In 5 minutes, I'm back here in Pennsylvania. So again, as I said, thanks to this live streaming platform, it's going to make a whole new world for you. It's going to make home business different than you've ever experienced before. So forget about being on a website all day. You will be in front of a computer doing contracts, talking to customer and clients, prospects, and running a real estate business at home on a live streaming platform, just like I'm doing right now with you. And I can see the comments and the questions coming in right now, ladies and gentlemen. I told you, if you want to buy your first house and you're a first-time buyer, you don't have any money, hit me up. Leave me your name, telephone number, and your email address. Let me know you're looking to buy. I'll show you how easy it is. You're looking to sell. You want to get top dollar for your property? Hit me up. Leave your name, email address, and a telephone number. Let me know you're trying to sell, and then I'll reach out to you. If you're looking to become a licensed real estate agent, there it is. I can see it in the comments in the section now, ladies and gentlemen. Put in your name, address, and telephone number. This is called a lead. And I'm going to show you in real estate and in any business how to operate a business. When people run a business, they try to make money running a real estate business. And this is why they fail. Because they did not understand the concept of the business. The money is a byproduct. But if you try to make money with the business, it's going to fail. What do you need to do? You come to my class. And I'll tell you exactly how to run a business, how to generate leads, how to work leads, how to work a database, how to work your contact relationship management, how to do follow-ups. This is the business. It would be great if everybody just said, yep, come on out and sell my property. But it doesn't happen that way. What I have to do is I have to cultivate these individuals. I have to send out an email, a text, maybe knock on the door, introduce myself, and little by little, cultivate them until they become a client. And that's just the way it is with any other business, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care if you're selling clothes, sneakers, furniture, CDs. I don't care what it is. You will build up a clientele. You will build up a relationship with your customers, and that relationship is what produces the income in your business. So this is what we'll be talking about in my class, not only how to pass the real estate exam, but also how to run a real estate business. And so we'll talk about real estate practice and fundamentals. I would love to be able to give you 75 hours of education right here in a 1-hour class. But that's not what the purpose of this class is. The purpose of this class is an introduction. So you get to interview me, see me, ask me questions in the comment, and then I'll reach out and talk to you personally so that you can make an informed decision about what school you would like to go to in order to obtain your real estate license, what it is that you would like to achieve in that class, and does that class offer what it is that you're looking for? So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I offer 2 classes. I am licensed by the state to offer these classes, and when I send you out all my information, it'll have my license numbers and everything in it so that you can check the Bureau of Professional Occupational Affairs to verify that my school is licensed. It has no infringements against it, no complaints or anything like that, and this way here you can make an informed decision. So I'm going to be teaching you how to run a real estate business as well as passing a real estate exam. I'm going to teach you how to invest in property, and I'm going to teach you some long-term memory techniques that really will make your life and your business so much better when you can remember things so much easier. This is going to pay dividends for you. So this is going to be a little bit of my teaching style. Every Monday I run this free class to introduce myself to you. I am Warren Nelson. My credentials are off the chart. Needless to say, by the reviews you'll hear from my students, they've been very happy with my class and what I teach, and I'm sure that you will be as well. So let's get down to business, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, our hour's almost up already, and fortunately you guys did hear me in this class because of my audience letting me know that my audio wasn't working, so I appreciate that. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to business. I offer 2 classes. I offer a morning class, which is 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now we do have a half-hour break, so that means it's really a 3.5-hour class, not a 4-hour class. And these 3.5-hour classes are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. 4 weeks for real estate practice, 4 weeks real estate fundamentals. I also offer an evening class. My evening class is 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Again, half-hour break, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays as well. So our next class starts April 5th. Let me double check that. Yep, April 5th is our next class. And I suggest that you get into our April class because you don't want to wait to May or June or July, because now you're going to miss a good part of the active market. So try not to procrastinate. As entrepreneurs, this is one of the things that we constantly do. We procrastinate. It is one of our flaws as entrepreneurs that we procrastinate. We get it done, and we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to get it done. And we like to pat ourselves on the back for getting it done at the last minute, but don't we make it hard for ourselves by our procrastination? So, as an entrepreneur, it is one of our flaws to procrastinate. The other flaw that we have is we're good at helping other people with their problems, but we're not good at helping ourselves with our own problems. So this kind of puts us behind the curve as well when we're so ready to help somebody else with their issues, but we put our own issues on the back burner for a later date. So I'm going to try to encourage you to stop doing that, and let's spend that $299 to invest in yourself starting on April 5th so that you can start making $30,000, $40,000, $100,000 extra dollars a year on top of what you're already making, unless you want to get into this business full time, which we'll talk about. This is a great part-time business, especially on the weekends. It's a great part-time business. It's a great evening business, because people are working 9 to 5, so they really can't go look at real estate until after 5. So 5 to 8, 5 to 9, sometimes in the summertime at the peak, it's still daylight. We can still see property all the way up to 8 p.m. Now that we're into the daylight savings again, where we spring ahead an hour, so it gets darker later, and do longer days. So the real estate business, especially in the summertime, is a great part-time business. In my class, as I said, ladies and gentlemen, I got 2 classes, a morning class and an evening class, 9 to 1, 6 to 10. In my class, as I said to you many times, not only am I going to help you pass the state exam, I'm also going to teach you how to run a real estate business. I'm going to show you how to invest in property. I'm going to show you the easy techniques to understand math, and I'm going to teach you long-term memory techniques in the class to seal this deal so that you can memorize everything that you're learning. What's the sense of learning if you forget what you've learned? It's $299 for Real Estate Fundamentals, which is a 4-week class. Then the following month, it's $299 for Real Estate Practice. Now, you can pay for the class either by credit card, you can use the Cash App, you can use our Zelle payment processor. All you have to do is just go to onlinerealestatesschoolinc.com, onlinerealestatesschoolinc.com. Inc.com. Inc. stands for Incorporated. We'll talk about your C Corps, your S Corporations in the class. So Online Real Estate School Inc. Incorporated.com. You can go to my website, sign up for the class. If there is anything that I can do to offer you, ladies and gentlemen, to get you to invest in yourself, then please let me know, and I'll be happy to do it. As I said, I'm even offering entrepreneur programs, apprenticeship programs, where after you pay for the class, you come work for me. I'll show you how to do real estate transactions, and after you do your first 5 deals, we'll reimburse you for your class. So this school costs you nothing. So I work all these things out that try to make it all work out for everybody. And so again, as I said, this could actually be free education. And then I'm teaching you in the real estate business how to do your first 5 transactions. So you're making a ton of money. Plus you're getting your money back for the real estate class under my apprenticeship program. So let me know. We can even work that out with you. So if there's anything that I can do to offer you, to get you to invest in yourself, please let me know. I'll be happy to do it. I look forward to seeing you in my class, and I look forward to making you a licensed real estate professional in 2022. I want to thank you for sharing this quickest hour in real estate. I hope you enjoy my live stream class, because I have many live streaming shows in the real estate business. So soon you'll be able to see my podcasts, my other shows as well. I hope you enjoy this class. Please remember to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments, and please hit the subscribe so that we can see each other again. Go to onlinerealestateschool.inc.com. Let me know if you prefer the morning class or the evening class. I'll take care of everything else. Everything's included in your payment. So the book's included, your manual, all your course material, everything's included. And so if you have any questions, any comments, please leave the comments. I'll be getting back to you quickly. You have my number, 267-972-1084. 267-972-1084. Until next Monday, ladies and gentlemen, be safe, be healthy, be happy, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in my class, and I'm looking forward to making you all a licensed real estate professional this year. Once again, this is Online Real Estate School. This is our free live streaming real estate class that we do every Monday. I want to thank you for being here again this Monday, and we look forward to seeing you next Monday, and I look forward to seeing you in the classroom. Ciao.